Okay, so welcome back to Mr. Tilley's Math Magics. In this lesson, we're going to be looking at comparing and ordering integers. But before we go too far, I want to just recap that word, integers. So what is an integer? Well, you've probably heard it before and may remember that it is just any whole number, be it positive, using this symbol if we need to, also represented by any of the numbers on this number line here, or we can also have negative integers represented by that symbol there. Also would look a lot like the numbers on this number line. So these will remind us of what positive and negative integers actually look like. And in this lesson, we're going to be looking at these number lines to help us to compare and order positive integers. Now, it is important to remember that yes, these number lines can have other numbers on them, like fractions and decimals. Well, fractions and decimals, they fill in the space here. They fill in the space that is between the whole numbers. These are the spaces between the integers. And integers kind of define that border between the fractional numbers and the decimal numbers. So they are themselves not integers. So when we're looking at comparing and ordering integers or adding, subtracting integers, you're only going to be looking at these whole numbers, not decimals, not fractions. So one of the really important things to remember when we're looking at these number lines is that you'll see that our positive integers actually from 0 read from left to right, just the way we read in a book. Also, our negative integers, because that is an opposite, these still start from 0, but they read from right to left, and you'll see they actually go up in number, but they're going deeper into negatives. So that's something really important to remember here. Now, our last key takeaway from this is that while you might have the integer of 1 being only one step to the right of 0, the negative 1 is the same distance from 0. It's just on the other side, and it's the same for any value of number. If it's 2, 3, 4, or 5, it's negative opposite being -2, -3, -4, and so on. It's the same distance from the 0. It's just on the other side of the 0. And we can really see that if we rearrange our number line. Let's rearrange this so that we're actually in line with each other. Oh, and look at that, almost a perfect overlap. And we'll just zoom out a little bit there. So as you can see, our number line is almost identical, excusing artistic interpretation. But so there, we can see that 1 and -1 are the same distance from 0. Okay, so let's take a series of numbers and see if we can compare them and order them on our number line. So let's start with, let's go 2, 8, -5, 3, -6, and -1. Now, because I know that I'm actually working with positive and negative integers, to compare them, that's where I'm going to start. I'm going to start with positives and negatives. So I'm just going to sort them. I've got a 2 there. There's a bit of a wonky 2. 2. I have an 8. I also have a 3. These are all my positive integers. On the other side of that, I have a -5, I have a -6, and there's a -1 there as well. These are all my negative integers. Well, now that I've sorted them, I can start to actually plot them on the number line. And I'm going to start right here with number 2, which means I'm going to go from 0, and I'm just going to count 2, and I'm going to put a dot right there. Next one, number 8. So start from 0 again, and I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and Bang, there's my dot right there. Let's see if we can't get that a little bit better underneath. There we go. And lastly, I've got 3. So from 0, 1, 2, 3. Positive integers sorted. Now, going on to my negatives, I'm going to go -5. Again, I'm still going to start from 0, but instead of going to the right, I'm actually going to start to go to the left. So from 0, -1, -2, so on, -5, right there. My next one's -6. So again, 1 jump down, and then -1. So I'm going to start from 0, and 1 jump down is -1. And there we have it. We have just compared and ordered both positive and negative integers on a number line. If you do have any questions, please write them down and bring them into class. If you are already in class, I'll bet the teacher up in front of you has a great activity planned for you. So jump in, and if you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Okay, I will see you next time.